citizen who was caught in an unfortunate situation days ago as comments made by Councilman Greg Travis was directed to her, at the same time insulting all of the black women who are here and others around the nation and women in general. Today we're gathered here on the steps of Houston City Hall to stand in support of Ms. Robinson and all of these women, and on behalf of the many tens of thousands, indeed millions around this city and the nation who were simultaneously degraded, demeaned, insulted by the bigoted comments made by Councilman Travis. My name is James Dixon. I serve as the Vice President of the Houston branch of the NAACP, pastor of the Community of Faith Church, also representing the Houston Baptist Pastors Ministers Conference, along with multiple organizations that you'll hear about today. I believe that once the press and the community hears the statements coming from Ms. Robinson and these supporters, it will make it clear that City Hall, neither any other elected position in our city, our county, our state, even in our nation, should be represented by individuals who share the views of Councilman Greg Travis. I'll save commentary on that later, but at this time, I want to introduce Laurie Robinson, who displayed a dimension and a measure of courage in her responses to these bigoted comments, not merely taking it personally, but understanding that she represented a sisterhood who simultaneously was disparaged by these comments. And so today, it gives me a great honor on behalf of the Houston branch of the NAACP, our President, Dr. James Douglas, along with Vice President Kara Galloway, who was here, Board Member Councilwoman Carolyn Evans-Shabazz, and others who are here, July McShay, to say that we stand with you, Laurie.
That's right, that's
yes.
right.
And we stand with this women's coalition, not just today, but until changes are made in this city that reflect the true values of democracy, that even black women have a right
that's right. Exactly.
to achieve,
that's right.
have a right to lead,
that's right.
have a right
yeah.
to be openly mobile
yeah.
without having to be subjected
yes.
to the bigoted, racist views of ignorant people
that's right. yeah.
who still are living in a past
that's right.
that America is still trying to overcome.
That's right. That's right.
At this time, please receive our sister, Laurie Robinson.
Yeah.
Hey, Laurie!
Yeah.
I'm going to take off my mask so you can, sometimes we have facial expressions and everything, but we're going to be conscious about COVID. So I am a proud person who has been able to have doors open for me, work hard to get my education, work hard and work because of affirmative action. And I am proud to be an affirmative action supporter in all that I do. We are all Houston business owners, mothers, sisters, daughters. We come from different walks in life. We come from different circumstances, and we come from different paths. But one thing we are hard-working people.
Yeah.
Not because we were born qualified, as the council member stated,
Say that again.
but because I and my cohorts and thousands and millions of black women in Texas and the United States have worked very hard to become qualified to walk into a door of opportunity that was opened because of affirmative action.
Yes.
My name is Laurie Robinson,
Yeah.
and I am the recipient of Councilman Greg Travis's rant and diatribe, where he single-handedly brought a group of people down to the lowest thread. And I say that because in his Facebook posting, he stated that Michelle Obama was qualified and she was born that way. So if she's qualified, born that way, that means I'm qualified because I was born that way.
That's right.
Born black.
In her posting, he also disparaged Kamala Harris, who is our vice president-elect, and he summarized their accomplishments as only a result of affirmative action, or sleeping one's way to the top, or someone who only marries a man, as he stated, as Hillary Clinton, to gain momentum and gain success. In one posting, he disparaged women to the lowest thread without acknowledging their hard work, sleepless nights, and everything it takes to be successful.
That's right.
And he has yet to acknowledge these women worked hard to reach their dreams
That's right.
and strive for a better life for
That's
them
right.
and their families.
That's right.
But as many women here today will attest, they lacked an open door of opportunity.
Yes.
Some people in leadership should understand their negative ideology intentionally hurts hard-working people. And for businesses to understand that there is still a perception of affirmative action as being a problem,
Yes.
when in
That's
a
right.
lot of cases, it is a success. In 1961, John F. Kennedy, president at the time, signed an executive order 10925, where he affirmed that immediate action should be taken in federal contractors to hire and treat fairly people of color, regardless of their creed or national origin. The intent of this executive order was to affirm government's commitment to equal opportunity for all qualified persons, to take a positive action to strengthen efforts to realize true opportunity for all. In 1967, our own Texan, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was the president at that time, also included in a new executive order, 11246, an equal opportunity for women and minorities.
Yes.
And he specified those words,
Yes.
women and minorities. There are many results of affirmative action programs, and we stand before you today. By 1969, my grandmother became a housekeeper for the Veterans Administration Hospital in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
The first black woman to have that opportunity
Yes.
at that
yes,
time.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
She then went on to trade school to become a nurse's aide. And from that endeavor, she was able to support my mother,
Yes.
who at the time she was 20 had two small kids, my sister and myself. My mom was able to apply and gain entrance to the University of Iowa, where she succeeded in graduating in 3.5 years, along with two small children. My mother taught us early on what it meant to achieve by studying hard. By that time, my mother graduated and was recruited and hired through an affirmative action program
Yeah.
designed
Yeah.
by International Business Machines,
Yeah.
which is IBM, and was hired one of very few black women in the Midwest to be part of the sales force to sell mainframe computers. This was in 1973. Toward the middle of her career with IBM, she became a Salesforce trainer, both domestically and internationally, when I was in high school. By 1982, my mother provided us, through her opportunities, the ability to go to college and on to grad school, and then meet our family goals of being entrepreneurs and owning our own companies. We all are.
That's right. We are.
The dreams our ancestors dreamt,
That's
Yes.
right. We are.
Yes.
We are.
sacrificed,
Yeah.
and worked hard for.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that Councilman Travis provided his thoughts
Yes.
through his posting, because it made me clearly realize that people will attempt to devalue hard work and accomplishment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And I stress attempt.
Attempt.
Could the council member's thoughts and words as an elected leader who is supposed to represent a diverse district in Houston be a reason why we still need affirmative action
Sure.
programs
Yeah.
to this day?
Yeah.
So in closing, I want to say, people may question us,
Yeah.
our young sisters, our young brothers,
Yeah.
our white young sisters, and all people with the same walk of life who have not had an opportunity for an open door. People may disparage and devalue you, mock you, or rant about how unfair affirmative action program is to them. But remember, you worked hard to get through the door.
Yes.
You are qualified.
Yes.
So
Yes,
please
that's right.
continue to work hard.
Yes.
Study hard,
Yes.
have confidence in yourself, and continue to perform
Yes.
in school and on your job.
Yes.
Yay, Laurie!
Yeah, Laurie!
And always know that you are never alone,
Yes.
because you are standing on the shoulders of people who prayed and sacrificed for you.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Again, you are the dream your family and generations of ancestors have dreamt.
That's right.
And you are a big, big part of our country, the world today, and our future. Again, I am proud to be and have been a part of the affirmative action program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I want to introduce somebody that I have monitored on Facebook, her endeavors. This is my first time actually meeting her, but I've been impressed by everything that she has been accomplishing. I'm 56 years old, and I consider her the next generation, and the next generation who's moving fast. Jonte Archer is the owner of J.A. Archer Insurance, but she's also the founder of She is a CEO, which is a program that assists girls of all walks of life, all races, religions, and creed, becoming CEOs now and understanding what it takes to be that. Many of these young women under her tutelage own businesses at such a young age. And my hope through all of this is that those young women will be able to not go through life like I have, being questioned about whether they should be there. I hope that through her programs, they understand that they are there because they are qualified to be there. So I'd like to introduce to you Janae Archer. Jonte Archer. I apologize. Let me clean this off real quick. Okay, I'm going to clean this off real quick just in case. You know, COVID travels. Okay, thank you. Well, you see, I would do for whomever.
Thank you so much, Laurie. I just want to say thank you to everyone here, because by all accounts, I shouldn't be standing here. My mother has been a drug addict my entire life. In and out of prison. I was raised in an abusive home here in Sunnyside, Houston, Texas. I raised 4 of my siblings on my own, even through college.
Bless
got you,
sister.
baby.
Bless you. We got you. We got
You got you, baby.
Yeah.
You ain't by yourself
Yeah.
today. You're not by yourself today.
Yeah.
I was one of 3 blacks at Pepperdine School of Law in my class. And because of affirmative action, I didn't have the scores,
Yeah.
but I made it through.
Speak, sister.
There you go.
Speak, sister.
And there were plenty of people who had the scores to get into that school that didn't make it out.
That's right.
That's right.
And the fact,
Now, say that again.
That's right.
so it wasn't my talent, it was the opportunity.
Yes.
And if it wasn't for affirmative action, if it weren't for programs that allowed me to be able to even afford an $150,000 tuition,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's
would
right.
not be here today.
That's right. That's right.
In spite of that, I was accused of kidnapping my own sister because I was trying to get her out of an abusive situation. When I got back to Texas, even though the case was dismissed against me and I ended up raising my sister, I was barred from taking the Texas bar
Wow.
for 5 years.
Wow.
And so I decided that I wasn't going to let that stop me.
That's right. We press on.
I started my own insurance agency,
Yes.
J. Archer Insurance Group.
That's right.
Now one of the largest black women-owned
Go,
insurance
girl.
companies
Go.
in the nation.
Yeah.
And my goal has always been to bring other women along the way. And through the She is a CEO Foundation, we created entrepreneurship programs for 6th to 8th grade girls to give them the opportunity. They didn't have to ask for anything from anyone. They could make their own way. And even through the process of working for someone else, they're scouting and learning how to run that business for themselves. That program also teaches character education. It also teaches them how to lift as they climb and to give back to their
That's
communities.
Right. That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
I was so disheartened by the words of Mr. Travis and the fact that he was speaking directly to a black woman.
That's right. That's right.
The nerve,
Yes.
All of us.
the audacity.
There you go.
Nerd.
After all that black women have
Yes.
carried
That's
on
right.
their
That's
backs,
Yes.
the audacity to
Yes.
speak to Laurie Robinson that way
Yes.
and to talk about our women heroes.
That's right. That's right.
So I say to Mr. Travis, you don't have to be an ally.
That's right.
You don't have the capacity to be an ally.
That's right.
You are too ignorant to be an ally.
We don't want you anyway.
But take your foot off our necks.
There you
That's
go,
right.
baby.
That's right.
That's right.
We don't need anything more. We need equal.
That's right.
We need
That's right.
equal opportunity. We need equal access to financing.
That's right.
We need equal doors open. The way you've been opening doors for white men for our entire
That's
history
right.
of our
Speak,
country.
girl, speak.
Yes.
And so I am blessed to be here. I'm blessed to continue to give opportunities. And if you'd like to support the She is a CEO Foundation, you can go to www.sheisaceo.org and donate to our cause.
There you go, baby girl. Very good.
I am privileged to introduce the next generation of leaders. And I'm so proud of her, and I told her this earlier. Raven Schwam Curtis graduated summa cum laude from Cornell University
Yes.
with majors in Asian Studies and Feminist, Gender and Sexuality Studies,
All right now.
and minors in Africana Studies and Inequality Studies.
Inequalities.
Yes.
At the age of 22, she's currently a first-year PhD student in the African American Studies Department at Northwestern University.
All right now.
Her research concerns Afro-Asia, which is the study of historical moments between African and Asian descent peoples. She belongs to the Mellon Mays Undergraduate Fellowship and the Hunter R. Rawlings
All right
the
now.
third Presidential Scholarship Program.
Yes.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you, and without further ado,
Yay!
All right.
Thank you so much.
Lord.
Should I write this down beforehand? Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Thank you.
Get the mic.
Thank you. 大家早安. Bonjour tout le monde. Good morning, everyone.
Tell Travis to translate that.
I have to tell you, it's ridiculous that I have to be here today. And I say this not as an affront to the women who invited me to speak my truth because they value my perspective, but rather because as a black woman, I am called yet again, to exert emotional and intellectual labor to educate another willfully ignorant white man.
Wow.
Say that again. Say it again.
To educate another willfully ignorant white man.
Willfully.
In truth, I'm not surprised by Mr. Travis's comments, nor am I shocked by his fervent defense of said comments. But I am enraged, furious that he so flippantly posted this side-by-side comparison of Michelle Obama and Melania Trump, and then felt emboldened enough to undermine the intelligence and achievements of several highly accomplished women by claiming they were birthrights
That's right.
or byproducts of sleeping one's way to the top. Such articulations, particularly as they relate to First Lady Michelle Obama and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, reek of antebellum era engineered stereotypes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Stereotypes such as sapphires and Jezebels that framed black women as hypersexual, defeminized, unintelligent creatures to justify their brutalization under the regime of slavery.
That's right.
The legacies of these harmful depictions ring clearly in his comments. On the City Council website, I found Mr. Travis's biography.
Come on now.
It states that he, quote, believes that a Houston City Council member is first and foremost a public servant and must have respect for and responsibility to the citizens of Houston, end
All
quote.
right now. Research.
This is the only point on which we agree. As a city council member in one of the most diverse cities in the entire country, you are beholden to your constituents. Mr. Travis, you work for me.
That's right. Say that again. Say
Mr.
it,
Travis,
baby girl.
you work for me.
Yes.
And I don't want a city council member who thinks it's acceptable to violently deploy misogynoir and sexism to undermine the achievements of marginalized individuals. Mr. Travis's comments and defense of said comments is white fragility in full force.
That's right.
And since Mr. Travis is measuring Melania Trump's intelligence based on her ability to speak multiple languages, I will close by reminding him
Come on now.
that black women can serve multilingual realness too.
Yes.
谢谢你们听我的想法。
All right. All right.
Merci
Say it
pour
again,
votre
baby
temps.
girl.
Thank you for your time.
Yes.
What she said. What she
I
said.
forgot my next introduction. My apologies. I'm now going to introduce the next speaker. Felicia Moon Thomas is a longtime community activist, wife, mother, grandmother, and founder of See You at the Polls, which
That's
is an
right.
organization that seeks to combat voters' oppression in minority neighborhoods. Please welcome Felicia Moon Thomas.
Let 'em have it. Yeah.
Good morning. I promise to stay. I can take this one. I promise to stay within my 2 minutes, but I have to go off script just a little bit. I too am the product of affirmative action. And I have a mother who oh, God rest her soul, I'll never forget. When she was 72 years old, she walked across the stage to receive her PhD.
Wow.
And she raised my sisters and I. And those of you who know my background know that I was once married to a famous quarterback, right? So those of you who know that. But my mother taught me, and my sisters, I don't care who you marry, you will go to school,
That's right.
you will get your education,
That's right.
and you will earn your degree.
That's
So
right.
thank you, affirmative action,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
giving
yeah.
me that
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
I now want to say that I thank Sister Laurie Robinson,
Yeah.
the Houston NAACP,
Yeah.
the Women's Coalition for Women's Empowerment, and the many groups and beautiful women who are here today standing in solidarity
Yeah.
against the use of frivolous and reckless words that were lobbed by an insecure and angry man who claims a position of leadership
Yeah.
in the city of Houston.
Yeah.
I studied psychoanalytical linguistics in
Say that again.
college.
Say it again. All right. All right.
And what that means is that I have a strong grasp on the lingering effects of our words And the words of Greg Travis reek of misogyny and racism. His ingenuous antics were designed to diminish the groundbreaking achievements of two of our most powerful black women. Moreover, his words not only disparage our Vice President-elect Kamala Harris and First Lady Michelle Obama, but also carry the stench of pomposity that dawdles just long enough to cause other black women to cower because of fear that no matter how hard they may try, or no matter how hard they have fought to overcome, no matter how hard they have studied or tried to get beyond their past, they will never be good enough, according to his words. His words were specifically designed to discourage a rising generation of black and brown queens who inhaled the disheartening message that only if they receive handouts or sit a certain way or sleep their way to the top will they achieve success. Greg Travis's words brutalized strong black women. And we are here to say to young people like you, we will not allow him to discourage you. Do not be discouraged by his ignorant schoolboy antics. We are here to say that the reason we stand here today is for you, young lady. We want you to know that just as we strike back against the ugly babble that was aimed at Harris and Obama, we also stand against leaders like Greg Travis who seek to depress you as well. Greg Travis has caused a nauseating stink in our community, one that cannot be removed by a tepid explanation, and he must stand accountable for his words. Thank you.
All right now.
Hold on, let me do my job. It needs to be cooled off anyway. I'm sure. It gives us great privilege to hear yet another powerful black sister speak. Dr. Audrey Lawton is going to come, and I tell you, if anybody is doubtful that these women are serious and that we're seriously standing with them, the whole nation is going to hear this. Because people like the speaker who just finished and Dr. Audrey Lawton will tell you that this coalition is just getting started.
Thank you and good morning. My name is Audrey Lawton Evans. I've been recently married. And thank you. I am an attorney and I am also the chair of the Houston Black American Democrats. His story has constantly tried to put black women in a box. Not only do we support the accomplishments of black women less, but we criticize them with more vigor and intent. This is nothing new. His story has shown us that black women are underpaid, undervalued, and overexploited on a daily basis. And so we are here today on the eve of the swearing in of our nation's first black woman, Senator Kamala Harris, as Vice President of the United States of America. And today, Greg Travis has given us more of the same. And please note, I will not address Greg by his title or by any form of respect, because I only respect those who respect me. So last week, Greg, y'all say his name with me, Greg, right? Greg decided that without any knowledge and fact or otherwise, he would use his platform not to promote anything positive, such as unity in the city of Houston, but to further degrade the image and the very likeness of the black woman. Ladies and gentlemen, by now you've all heard what he did and some of what he said. But most importantly, black women, we now know exactly how he feels. He believes the accomplishments, the value, and yes, even the lives of black women are worth less than his own. But I'm here to tell you, Greg, say his name with me again, Greg, not this black woman and not on this day. You see, this black woman comes from a lineage of queens with the intellect, the beauty, and the wisdom forged out of 400 years of pain.
That's right.
My mother always told me there would be days like this.
That's right.
Days that no matter how hard you worked, no matter how hard you've tried, and no matter how many degrees or titles you may have, there will always be those who seek to disregard and disrespect your worth. And then one day when I was a little girl, a poet named Maya whispered in my ear
Was talking to Greg.
that out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. I rise because that's exactly what strong black women have done before me and what our strong black daughters will continue to do, because it is in our magnificently melanated DNA to do so. When I got a little older, Shirley showed me that none of it will matter unless you are unbought and unbossed. See, through history, I've seen strong black, beautiful black women like Rosa and Barbara and Tony and Ella and Misty and Michelle.
Not Greg.
I've seen my grandmother and my mother and my aunts and my cousins all overcome any obstacles put in their way by people like Greg Travis.
Yes, Greg.
So today, on the eve of the swearing in of our nation's first black female Vice President of the United States of America,
That's right.
we say to you, Greg,
Greg.
not these black women and not today.
I'm so glad my name is James. I'm not Greg. At this time, Dr. Candace Weber will come. She is the accountability chair for the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. Candace Matthews, I'm sorry. And I'm honored to present her. I promise you, Greg is going to get more of a message as she comes to share on the day. She's a powerful black sister. Come on, Dr. Candace.
All right now. Let him have it.
As he said, I am the statewide and Harris County Chapter Accountability Chair for the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. It is my job to hold every elected official accountable. Nobody is exempt. Anyone holding themselves accountable to nobody or not be trusted by anybody.
All right now.
Thomas Paine, it's clear evidence that Greg cannot be trusted based on his current actions. The Texas Coalition of Black Democrats do not uphold any acts of racist, sexist behavior, period.
All right, period. Period.
Greg, that atrocious ideologies toward former First Lady Obama and Madame-elect Vice President Harris is beyond deplorable.
Yes.
Maya Angelou said it best. When someone shows you who they are,
Yeah, believe it.
you better believe them.
Yeah.
Greg has betrayed the trust of women in our city by showing his real beliefs, not just about women, but African American women.
Yeah.
He has no place in our city to serve as a city councilman in that capacity. Period. He needs to resign expeditiously. Everybody say expeditiously. Expeditiously. Accountability breeds responsibility.
Right.
Being accountable means being responsible for decisions made and actions taken.
Yeah.
The time is out for the deflection. You think we didn't see that?
Time is out.
Time is out for
Say
it.
it again, Candace.
So I'm just going to say this. It's time to exit stage left. Everybody exit stage left. Exit stage left.
Exit stage left.
We done with you, Greg. It's just getting started. Thank you.
Bye, Greg.
Greg.
Not by Felicia, by Greg.
Bye, Greg. Time to go.
Bye, Greg. Bye, Greg.
Bye, Greg.
Bye, Greg.
Another leader among black women and all women in this community is tomorrow. Let me tell you that now. This is going to get, you need to understand, this sister has a constituency. She's been over super neighborhoods. She's an organizer. I want y'all to receive Tamara Bell as she comes because it's important for us to understand citywide.
Yeah,
Women are being represented here today.
that's right.
And the voices that you hear today are speaking for the voices of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of voters.
That's right. That's
Receive
right.
tomorrow at this time.
Least we forget. Bye, Greg.
Bye. Listen, good morning, you all, and I want to thank all my sisters for coming out here today. You know, this was a challenge getting here. There's construction everywhere, there's barriers everywhere, but as sisters, we're used to that. We go around. We don't let that keep us out.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you all for coming here. When Laurie called me on Sunday when she was on this Twitter war, because for those of you who don't know, I don't do social media. Because if I find you after you post, it ain't gonna go well for you. So I don't do social media. When Laurie showed me that, I was appalled. I was appalled. Not surprised, but appalled that you're gonna be that bold face, sit your butt around this horseshoe representing the city, and then go on a rant like that.
That's right.
And the misogynistic nature of it overrode the racism, because Hillary ain't black.
That's right.
Okay? And you're going to talk about Hillary needed Bill. She was already in Yale and Honors College. But you're going to say she wouldn't be nowhere? That's that same stupid attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't be nothing if you wear a dress, if you wear a skirt. You have no way for somebody in pants to help you. Get real. Get real. This is 2021, okay? 2021. It should be time out for that. And let me tell you how I thank Laurie. And Laurie and I are very good friends. Laurie, if they weren't doing that good cop, bad cop, y'all know who would be the good cop. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. So for Laurie to come out like this and to put herself out there, I applaud you. But your sisters got your back.
Yeah.
And to my baby sisters over here, I mean, I'm so proud of you all.
Yes.
What Miss Archer? Where's she at? I'm so proud of them. I am so proud of them. It is so encouraging. But let me tell you this. This whole group has uncloaked Greg Travis.
Yes, right. That's right.
What you
right.
didn't see
who you are.
when he was smiling and waving, you see now.
We see ya.
We see you. And I'm telling you, we calling you out. Our mission may not be accomplished, but you know we know. And everybody know. Because your comments were offensive to all women.
That's right.
And let me tell you something. The strongest voters in this country
That's right.
are
Black
women.
women.
Thank
That's
you.
Right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's tomorrow speaking today. And very clearly. I want to acknowledge elected officials who are here, and Dr. Carolyn Evans Shabazz is a city councilwoman who's going to speak. But I want to acknowledge, of course, who do we have? We have Councilwoman Letitia Plummer is here. Who else is here?
Rhonda Skillen Jones.
Rhonda Skillen Jones from HCC. We have Reagan Flowers from HCC.
And Kathy Blooper
We have Kathy Blooper Daniel from HISD.
And Verna Gidrick, HISD.
Verna Gidrick from HISD. Any other elected officials?
Carol Galloway.
And
the honorable.
I'm coming to her. And we have the honorable Carol Galloway, former city councilman here at the city of Houston, former HISD trustee, and she is the queen of social action for the Black system. That's her name. At this time, Dr. Carolyn Evans Shabazz will speak.
Good morning. I am Carolyn Evans Shabazz, an officer of the Houston branch of the NAACP and an elected council member who before the pandemic sat next to Greg Travis. More importantly, I stand here as an African American woman. I am not surprised, but I am appalled at the derogatory comments made by Greg, for which he has no remorse, regardless of the expressed offense to me and other women, particularly African American women. I personally have said something on social media in ignorance, but immediately upon realizing the offense, apologized. That's a self-revelation.
Yeah.
We occasionally seek to be humorous, but I say that what a person finds funny is sometimes indicative of their true character.
That's right.
We certainly acknowledge that each of us has a constitutional right to speak our opinions, but it is also our right to demand consequences for unfettered, offensive language.
That's right.
Strangely, each woman that he mentioned passed the bar and have far surpassed the accomplishments of Greg.
Greg.
There are no affirmative action bar exams.
That's right.
And women have moved from the times when they are being defined by men, especially those whose clear inadequacy is front and center. I believe Mark Twain said it best. It's better to keep your mouth shut and appear stupid than open it and remove all doubt.
Say that again. That's all right.
What I once suspected, I now know. The public will deal with Greg today in public session, and hopefully council on tomorrow in the near future will do so as well. Thank you.
Bye, Greg. Bye, Greg. Bye, Greg.
We have only one more speaker, and then we will be ready to close this press conference. City Councilwoman at Large, Letitia Plummer, Dr. Letitia Plummer.
Yeah, Dr.
Dr. Letitia Plummer. Come to the side.
Thank you so much. It is my incredible honor to be standing with all of you. Because one thing that we all have in common is we know the struggle, and we know how this was not given to us.
That's right.
On any level. I am a proud graduate of an HBCU with an average Spelman College, with an average insurance GPA of a 3.95.
All right now.
I'm also a graduate of Baylor College of Dentistry, which was ranked number 2 under Harvard under dental schools. That was not given to me. There was work and perseverance that played into that. So I not only come to you as a black woman, but I also come to you as your council member, but more importantly, I come to you as the chair of the Ethics, Elections, and Council Governance Committee of the City of Houston. And with that being said, I want all of you to be on note, and Greg needs to be on notice, that we will be holding an Ethics Committee meeting for the City of Houston, and we will have the Ethics Commission chair and their committee to come in front of us and be very clear and define what the Chapter 2, Rule 6 of the Code of Ordinances, the council member code of conduct is. Will we evaluate that? We will see if there was some space where Greg is held accountable. And if not, I'm a solutions-oriented person. I promise you, on my grandfather,
All right now.
I will make sure that we change the code of ordinance to make sure this never happens again.
All right.
We are your city council representatives. We were not given this. We earned it from you. And we work for you. And it's our responsibility to make sure that you all hold us accountable. And this is what this press conference does. So with all of my other colleagues, I know standing with me today, I know that we'll get this done. And please just stay the course. Please let this not be one press conference. This needs to be something that we work hard on and we hold our council members and our elected officials accountable. Thank you so much.
In addition to these elected officials named, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee sends her support. Congressman Al Green sends his support. Senator Boris Miles sends his firm support as well as many other elected officials.